Hi, this is Chris from the Project Management Guide. One of the biggest challenges we face as project managers is keeping on top of our projects. This video is called How Monday.com can help you keep track of progress on your projects. Okay, so let's get going then. So in this video, we're going to have a walkthrough of Monday.com. We're going to look at the workspaces, the boards, the groups, the pulses or tasks, and we're going to look at the columns as well. And we're coming at it very much from the project management viewpoint. So this is all about helping project managers, and I'm trying to explain how Monday.com can help project managers or anyone that runs projects, in fact, to visualize projects and to track or help them track easily the progress in their projects. Just wanted to make it clear, full disclosure, I'm an affiliate of Monday.com. I've been using the product for a little while now. I use it in my business. I really like it actually, so I wouldn't be promoting a product I don't like. So anyway, I think it's a really great product, and hopefully you can see the benefits of using the product at the end of this video as well. The first one to look at is Workspaces, and the way that we use Workspaces in Monday.com is that we can divide our Monday.com, if you like, into lots of different workspaces, and they can be divided into departments, or we can divide it into large programs or projects, or we can divide it into, whichever way we want really. So you can see here that I've sort of divided the Monday into several workspaces. I've got live projects here, which I'm going to go into in a moment. I've got HR, I've got marketing, I've got new business, I've got an operations one, I've got a personal one for my own use, I've got a project management one here, which is where I put all my templates and things, and that's how I've divided my Monday.com into different workspaces. And each of these workspaces can be set up with different administration, so different users and different people can have access to different workspaces across Monday.com. So within my live projects workspace here, you can see that I've divided it into 5 different boards down here. So each one of these is a different board down here. There are 3 different types of boards. So there's a main board, which is your board for within your organization. So it's within your domain, so it's sharing within your organization. There's a shareable board, which is for sharing with third parties and people outside your organization. So if you've got suppliers or partners that you're working with, or people outside of your company, or customers say, then you can use those. You can use a shareable board, and then finally you've got a private board, which is just for your own private use. Okay, so let's talk about groups now. So groups are for subdividing our boards into groups of activities or groups of pulses, for example. So you can see on this video production board, then I've divided the board into three groups. In fact, in reality, I've only got 2 here actually, because I've got a backlog here, backlog 1, which I call it backlog, but it's just a template one which I use for copying, and we can move our tasks. We can move our tasks between the different groups, for example, when they're done. So really, I should have moved these ones down into the done column, into the done group. So we can close these groups, so we can play around with them like that. We can move them around, etc. And we divide the board into whichever way it sort of suits the board. So you can see for the sprint plan, I divided my board up into different groups here. So I've got a group for each of my sprints. For the roadmap one here, I divided it up into quarters. So I've only got 3 quarters here because I'm sort of halfway through the year. So you can see that this is for sort of further subdividing the boards. And then my projects overview 1, I've just simply got a projects in progress 1, and then I've got a projects completed group as well. Okay, so moving on from the groups then. So let's look at the pulses or the tasks now. So I've got the video production board up here, and I've got all of these tasks here. So these are all tasks or Monday.com, they actually use the term pulses. Each one of these pulses here, you can click on it to add more information. So you can add updates in here. You can obviously, tell me more, what's the latest. So you at people, so you can at one of the other team members there, or Maria or John Smith or somebody. You can add checklists, which is what I've done there. And you can obviously tick those off as you get them done. You can update. You can link to other files, which is what I've done here. So this links out to a Google Doc. So this, I think, is actually this was for one of the YouTube videos. So this was an piece of edit information. So that's linking out to a Google Doc. Also, you can add files as well. So going back into this one, in fact, if I just quickly go into this one here, you can add info. You can add files from Dropbox or from Google Drive or wherever. I think I've set some in. Yeah, so here we go. So again, some slide. This one's connected to some Google Slides, which is just the edit notes, basically, for one of the videos that I did. So you can see the slides that I've got. And I think it gives you a preview as well, actually, but I can't see that where that shows up. But it gives you a preview as well of the document, if I recall, as well. So you can actually you don't actually have to click on it. You can actually see it part of the way through. And obviously, there's an activity log here to show you what's been done on the ticket on the pulse as well. Okay, so that's pulses in terms of how you can use them. So the next thing to talk about is the columns. So let's talk about columns now. So Monday.com has 7 sort of core columns, and then it has lots and lots of different additional columns as well that you can add into your boards. Let me just show you the different formats that I've got for my different boards and the different columns that I've added to each of the different boards. So the very first one, we've got a really simple one. This is the really simple format, if you like. This is pretty much a single project. Simple task here with an owner, a deadline, a status, and a priority. So it couldn't be more simple than that, really. Then I've got a much more complex one for my video production pipeline, if you like. So the columns here in the middle, so the script, shoot, edit, this is all of the production process, basically. So as it moves from left to right, it goes through each of the phases, if you like, for each column. And then we've got the columns, each of the column. We've got a progress column here. We've got a release date, which is actually we can set that as a deadline date. And then each one of these status tasks here has got a different element, if you like. And again, you can edit these, you can move these around, if you can change the colours on them. If you want to do, you can add a different label. And the grey one is actually just a sort of a no status label. It took me a little bit of time to work that one out, but the grey one is a no status label. Yes, and so you can add columns in here. So we've got all sorts of different columns, so we can add different columns. So we've got a timeline one. I'll show you that in a different board in a sec. We can add tags in. We can add numbers. I'll show you that. And then we've got a whole load of other columns in here. So we've got so many different ones here. So we've got all these long text, timeline. The timeline's a good one. I'll show you that in a moment. We can mirror columns into different boards. Obviously, I haven't said you can move tasks between boards as well. We've got checkboxes, link to websites and URLs. We've got phone numbers, item IDs, locations on maps, etc. We can put all these sort of tags in. We can have voting, progress tracking. We can add in dependencies, and we can have drop-down selection lists. So you see, we got you can also build your own template ones as well. So you see, there's, as well as the core 7 ones. The core 7 ones are the people one, the status, dates, numbers, and tags. And I'm going to come on to those in a second. So on the sprint plan here, you can see I've got a different one, different format for my columns here. So this is the numbers one, and you see it sums up at the bottom. I've got a tagging one here, so you can put a hashtag, so you can search across the groups here. So you can search across boards and across Monday.com or within your workspaces. Roadmap is a different setup again. I really like these lozenges. The thing I should mention is you've got different views on the boards as well. So where you've got these timelines, you can create a timeline view, and you can play around with the dates on here to add in different dates to get a different timeline view. This is a slightly different format, so you've got an owner assigned to each one of these tasks, each one of these columns, if you like. So you can that means, so rather than in my project in my video production one, I've got the owner is across all of this whole process. Then on this one, I've got an owner for each part of each column, basically. So slightly different setup. And then on this one, I've got, again, it's a different setup completely. Now what you can do is you can set up the progress here. So if I click on the progress, what constitutes the progress, the settings for this. So what I've done is I haven't added up all of the columns here. I've just added up the dev 50%, 100%, final test, and I've allocated a weighting to each of the columns to allow me to sort of get some sort of metrics on what the progress is on the project. I've just decided that discovery isn't really part of the actual main project, and you can play around with this to actually to get a useful metric. So I hope you can see from all of this that what you're getting is a really visually rich way of tracking all of the projects and all of the different phases of the projects, and all of the different views of how we're running our projects on a sprint basis, or on all of our projects as we've got in this view. We've got a roadmap view, or we've got a sprint view as well. So we've got lots of different ways of tracking progress and keeping on top of the information. Okay, so I think we covered quite a lot there in quite a short time. So we've covered all the key concepts of workspaces and boards, groups, pulses, tasks and columns, and I think you can see Monday.com is a really flexible product. There's loads of different formats that help you to visualize your projects, and it makes it much easier to track your projects, so you can keep up to date with the status and keep track across all the different groups that you're working with. Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe by hitting the button below. I'd love to hear some comments on how you're getting on with Monday.com, etc. If you fancy a 14-day trial, then you can get one at mondaypm.com/free trial. And finally, if you want to find out more information, you can find us at theprojectmanagementguide.com. Thanks very much. I'll see you in the next video.